We're getting a look at crews working to remove that downed Boeing 737 plane that is lying in the St. Johns River. They're not ruling anything out at this point in terms of where she could be or who she could or could not be with. Soon after saying just a few words, she actually sprinted in her heels down Duval Street and through downtown Jacksonville. Dr. Frank says not to worry if you're going for a swim. He says that most shark bites are bite and release. You see behind me, this is Front Street over here, and it has been shut down. The day started with JSO handing out these flyers with resources for homeless people. Then several hours later, these fence poles go up. She's just one of many people in this community that both live and work on the base. And she says that when she woke up this morning, she could hear sirens for over an hour. Now, when police arrived, he says that they found a blood trail that leads across the street to that brick house that you see off in the distance. Taz here, who has been great so far. He came from a barn down in St. Johns County, and I think we're gonna, trot around a little bit if we can. We're here at the corner of State and Union Street, and just wanted to take a quick look. So if you look, there is the building where the fire started earlier this evening and has produced a lot of smoke here in the downtown area. So according to JFRD, they said that the fire units showed up on scene and the fire was coming from the second story, which you can see they are attacking both from the ground and up in the air as well. Now, this is right next to the 7-Eleven, again, near the corner of Main and Union Street. And as you can see also, if you look all around, there are plenty of units in the area as well. Now, we are told that the building is vacant, and many people that we've been speaking with on scene say that it was at a vacant funeral home, an old funeral home here in downtown Jacksonville. Again, we were told that there were no injuries at this time, but again, as you see, firefighters are actively attacking this thing at the moment, and again, just trying to preserve the integrity of the building as well. So again, as you see, there is a large presence of first responders here in the area, and as a result, Union Street is going to be closed for some time and could be working on this for a couple of hours. And with the wind and everything, you can actually feel some of the water drifting in this direction because of the wind, and you can definitely smell the smoke. That's right, this barbershop not only stands as a place to cut hair, but it also doubles as the hub for a nonprofit that can help change people's lives.
How can I just randomly shoot innocent people?
Talk inside the Man Cave Barbershop centers on Sunday shooting. Customers can see the crime scene walking out the front door. Owner Dana Miller can see the crime.
We just hear this boom, 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 boom.
This violence was a part of Dana Miller's life.
I've lost tons of friends. My brother was murdered in the streets. I've been shot up 10 times in the streets. I've been to prison 10 years because of the streets. So I know I'm not just talking just to be talking, I'm talking from experience.
Miller changed his life and now wants to change this neighborhood too.
Let's come together. Let's make a difference. I'm gonna make my presence more known. And it's not about a monetary thing. It's not about a popularity contest, anything. It's the right thing to do because innocent people are getting shot.
Outside the barbershop walls, his newly started nonprofit, Cut One, Teach One, does two things.
Thank you, man.
It keeps a person's hair looking clean and offers them a choice. Pick a career or college over committing crimes.
And I want to encourage these young males, young females to stay out the streets because they're going to kill them, and I just want to preach hope, and Jesus is hope to me.
Hope that this community needs. On the east side, Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side. The canvas for these three artists' creations is exposed. Chris Clark says it's bizarre for someone to deface a mural like this.
We've seen marker, maybe spray paint, graffiti, but never anyone going through so much trouble to intentionally destroy something.
Each artist with a different story. Maya Elaine's mural representing diversity and inclusion in the city.
I wanted to really be inclusive with the figures that I kept and To do it in this area really meant a lot because lots of different people live in this area.
While frustrated they will have to start over, she is grateful for the support from the local art community.
It helps us move forward and know that we can create positive change through the work that we do. We can have some sense of importance by being able to share this message.
Their goal is to have people of color represented through art, a way to support the message that Black Lives Matter. Artist Tatiana Kitchen says their image is worth representing for their generation and the next.
To me, it's important, not even just for Black faces, but for people of color in general. It's important for us to see our faces throughout our cities to let us know that we're a part of this community as well.
That Superman S, symbolic of what Cody Kington meant to his wife and to his mother, both of whom say it has not quite sunk in yet that their Superman is gone.
Somebody's bad choices pretty much changed the events of all of our lives. My life will never be the same. Morgan's will never be the same.
Laura Kington missing her beloved son. Kington says Cody got his nickname Superman from his 6 years of Navy service.
At his work, when anything needed to be done, Cody was the go-to guy.
A smart, witty guy who loved the little things in life. His dogs, his motorcycle, his children, and his wife.
He really was the all-American boy. I mean, married his high school sweetheart, had 2 gorgeous little babies.
Kington spent the last 6 months here at home with his 2 young children, who will now grow up without their father. His wife treasuring the time they had together, vowing to keep his memory alive.
I think that's gonna hold a special place in my heart, knowing he said that he was falling in love with me all over again 10 years later.
2 days ago, Kington's funeral was held, and Sunday, his son's 4th birthday party. Hundreds showed up to show their support.
You good girl.
Corey Nitrar's work as mammal supervisor continues.
Come here, buddy.
Despite missing one of his favorite giraffes, Duke.
He was an amazing animal. He was very large. He was darker than the rest of our herd, so our guests could tell who he was when they came out. Very gentle. A lot of our guests would feed Duke. He would be up at the overlook. He was a special animal.
Feeding Duke and other giraffes was a favorite hobby for Amanda Doyle and her 2-year-old son, Howie.
The last time we were here, that's the giraffe we got to feed, right? We fed Duke.
Yes.
Yes. We go home and he tells his dad, and we talk about, what we did at the zoo, and the first thing is always, I fed the giraffes, I saw giraffes, and so it makes a difference, and they remember these things.
Nitrar says for the past few years, Duke battled degenerative arthritis. Even up to the end of his life, Duke was in high spirits, surrounded by his herd and trainers who loved him. Trainers had to put Duke down as his arthritis took a turn for the worst.
He lived past his expectancy. He's been wonderful for us, for the community, for the keepers, for the rest of the herd.
Despite the tragic loss, Nitrar says seeing people celebrate Duke's life is what's special to him.
We couldn't ask for anything more. If he lived another 100 years, it wouldn't be enough for us, but an amazing animal.
But what if I make more than $75,000? Well, there's a chance that you can make more money, but there's an income cap. On Friday night, Kingsland police say that a woman driving under the influence came down this street driving at 100 miles an hour and eventually crashed into Ballast Point Trading Company right here at the heart of Kingsland. In the 2016 and 2018 elections, about a quarter of Floridians voted by mail. That's about 2 to 3 million people. Before you put ink on your body here at Oxford Ink Tattoo, you will have to put the ink on the paper saying that you have not been in contact with anyone who has had COVID-19. It's fun and exciting to look at what could lie ahead, but we decided to take a look in the past to see how far we've come. So here's a little timeline of events that have taken place over the years. Back in 1995, the Jaguar Stadium was built. Think of it this way. If you get out of your car in a concrete parking lot, it's going to be hot. The thermometer says it's almost 100 degrees out here. But when you get out of your car in a shaded area that is surrounded by green grass, it's going to be cooler. In fact, 5 degrees cooler. How hot has it been for today and the last 2 weeks? The story behind Gimme 3 Steps is simple. Ronnie Van Zant was dancing on this floor with a girl named Linda Lou when in walked a man with a gun in his hand.